Good afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome. Um, just Pamela here. That's me. And just wanted to see what everybody's up to this Thursday. It, here in Ontario, it's been quite nice. A lot better than it has been for the last few days. Sorry about that. With I still have some bad habits that I hold on to. hmm Anyway, how's everyone's gardens doing? Mine's doing so because we haven't had a lot of sun. It We've gotten a lot of rain. Today's been at least a little bit dry, so we've been able to get out there to do a little bit of weeding and a little bit of clearing up. We managed to get around to cutting the grass in the front. We haven't cut the grass in the back yet. It grows a lot slower. But we have so many beautiful plants that are out right now. We have tons and tons of forget-me-nots, which are actually very beautiful. I think, let's see, maybe I should tell you a little bit about forget-me-nots. Usually they bloom in the spring, and they usually bloom between let me just see. April and May, which is right at this time of the year. And did you know that forget-me-nots, not only do they come in that blue color, that you can also get forget-me-nots in white and pink. You just don't see them as often. And wouldn't that look beautiful to see a whole sea of blue with some white and some pink thrown in? I think that would look so beautiful. And one of the other things that we have blooming right now are some of the different other types of tulips. They're about to bloom. Our black tulips. We've got some some parrot tulips are about to bloom. And I think on one side of the house we have some fringe tulips that are about to bloom. Oh, actually are in bloom. And the pointy ones are starting to come up. And those are absolutely gorgeous. There are so many types of tulips. It's hard to remember most of the names of them. And anyway, let me tell you, do you have a favorite plant or flower? I can't wait for my delphiniums to come up. They haven't come up. Obviously, they won't be up until much later.
Hopefully they'll come up.
Yes. No, they'll come up. We'll get them because they've already come up several times before.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a favorite book that I like to use. Well, actually, it's a series of books, and I don't think they're in print anymore, but they usually tell me a lot about different plants. What I forgot, there was a name of one that I'm trying to remember. Lupins. My husband absolutely loves lupins. So we have some of them. They're starting to grow their green base, and eventually they will bloom. And so are the alliums. Alliums should be out into July. Sometimes mid-July. I mean, sorry, into June, mid-June. They should be coming up quite soon. So anyway, so much for about plants. I was going to tell you maybe a little bit about some Barbies. I collect. Well, I tend to collect way too much stuff. I'm always collecting something. But with Barbie and Barbie dolls, um, you kind of have to put your limit as to what you're going to collect because there is so much that you could actually overrun your whole home, even a very massive home. You could overrun it with items that have to do with Barbie. So I try to keep that limited. I don't really collect it too much anymore. Only the odd specific doll, but actually looking for early dolls. Going go way back to when Barbie started. Um, so maybe I can tell you some interesting facts about Barbie. Um, do you know what her real name is? What her full name is? I'm going to be able to tell you a little bit about her family, etc., and maybe how old Barbie is. Yeah, and then I can show you a couple of the ones that I do have. Um, I definitely don't have time to be able to go through all of what I have. Um, but like I said, I'm trying to keep that pretty limited. Yeah. So, so I can tell you, Barbie, Barbie came to be in 1957, and it was created by Ruth Handler. I think it's Handler. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. And she is the co-founder of Mattel, and she created Barbie, and she actually named the doll Barbie because after her daughter. She had a daughter named Barbie. And believe it or not, she also had a son. And guess what her son's name was? Her son was named Ken. So when they put out the male doll in the Mattel line, it was named after her son. That's so lovely, isn't it? And there is a story about um, how she decided to come up with this doll. Um, there was a little bit of I guess, I don't know, a lawsuit at some point, but eventually they, um, how can I say this? They acquired the rights from the person for about $21,000. So, this is going back, right back to the beginning. Now, the Barbie number one. Everybody wants a Barbie number one. They've come out with some Barbies. Um, how would I explain it? So you have the Barbie number one, the original first run of them, and they've redone it in a way that they've re-released a whole new set of Barbie number one. Hold on for a second. Sorry about that. So they've come out with it again. So of course that one's not going to be the rare one. It's sort of like an anniversary type doll. But if we look back at the original one, which was sold for $3 back when it was first released to the shopping public, that doll in extreme mint condition at a good auction could probably fetch about 25,000. Now most of them are not going to be in that perfect condition because of time, a lot of wear and tear. That's not going to be mint. Original outfit, you're talking original outfit. The lip, any, if there is any lipstick on the doll, it's still there. Everything has to be right on point. The hair, everything, in order to garner the top amount. I would say that the best thing to do is to you could probably get one for auction for a lot less because it may not be so pristine. Um, One day maybe I will own one, but I don't have that kind of money to spend on a doll at this moment. Now, a lot of times when I have seen them, I've seen them go for about $5,000 to $6,000, and that's a Barbie number one. Most of the Barbies that I'm looking to really get are from the '60s, which are the bubble cut Barbies, which I really really like. They sort of have their hair sort of like sort of the little short bouffant, and they poof up. So little short hairdo, and they're from about the mid '60s. So those are the ones that I'm looking to get. And obviously they're not worth nowhere near what a Barbie number one is worth. And even to get them in good condition is very, very, very difficult. Um, the bubble cut ones come in, they have a blonde haired, brunette, and they have a auburn, or what we would say called sort of like a redhead in the bubble cut. I kind of like the Barbies that come with short hair. Maybe because my hair is short. So hopefully when I do come across them, I won't have to pay a lot. Um, I I did manage. I think I have two, and I'm still looking for the original outfit that that will come with it. That comes with that doll. Because when I did get one, uh, it was kind of naked.
Hi, this is Mickey, just calling to remind you.
Yeah.
Me and the rebels are practicing 8:30.
Looks like my husband is home. I think he was out riding his mountain bike.
Thank you then. Talk to you later. Bye.
He was out riding his mountain bike. So, along with oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So, some fun facts about Barbie. What age is Barbie? Barbie is exactly, well, she's a little over 60 years old. So we give Barbies quote unquote birth date is March 9th, 1959. So that would put her at just over 60 years old. And that is based on the day that she was revealed at a toy fair, obviously back in March 9th, 1959. What is Barbie's full name? She has a first name, a middle name, and a last name. Yeah. And her full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. Yes. She has a first name, a middle name, and a last name. And she has a mother and a father as well. And her mother's, so in the Barbie world, so with the dolls and everything, she has a mother. Her mother's name would be Margaret. And her father's name would be George. And obviously the last name is Roberts. And their fictional world where Barbie actually lives is Willow, Wisconsin. Isn't that so cute? I think it's so cute and adorable. I will be right back.
You want half of that? It's cashew shortbread. Did you just eat a piece of that chicken? Tastes good?
Mm-hmm.
So I can make a cookie later tonight for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna heat up the
Mm-hmm.
don't be in too much of a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna have my tea. Quick bath or a quick shower.
Mm-hmm.
You know how that fire started over there? They think it was a iron or an iron press still plugged in or something.
Was it probably down on something?
They're not sure. But Joe Gravina, the building next door, he says the smoke got sucked in through his air conditioner. Because he's got a hairdressing salon upstairs. The barbershop is downstairs.
Hello.
The whole building.
Oh, wow.
Him and his wife own the whole building.
Oh, my goodness.
And he shows me how close the distance was.
So you got to see inside the house?
No, I didn't see inside. He just showed me the distance between the two buildings.
Oh, wow. That's so sad.
And his never got touched.
Oh, wow.
And he says it doesn't stink inside his place. Because he owns the outright owns that building.
So that he owns the whole building from
beside it.
That caught fire a few days ago.
He owns the whole building that didn't catch fire.
I'm confused.
He doesn't own the building with the DJ and the
I'm thinking
he owns the building beside it.
Hello, Jesse. I'm confused.
How could you be confused?
Okay.
His building wasn't touched by fire. There's 3 feet between him and the building that did catch fire.
Oh, he owns the building next door to the building that caught fire.
Yes.
Okay.
And
confusion.
That's not confusion.
It's confusing.
Maybe if you stop what you're doing and listen to what I'm saying, you might understand what I've been trying to tell you all this time.
Oh, my husband. has a lot to say. Thank you for stopping in, Jesse. Thank you. So, before I was interrupted by my husband, I was talking about some of the weird facts or interesting facts about Barbie. I know a lot of people think it's kind of crazy about Barbie, but one of the things that we do know is that she has a first name, a last name, and a middle name. And lo and behold, and in the fictional world of Barbie, she's got a mother and father, and there's a fictional town and a whole heap of siblings, apparently.
And she's part of the Illuminati.
No, my husband had to put in his next 2 cents again. So I was talking about how did Barbie come to be, and the founders of Mattel, the wife, her name is Ruth, and she was the one who created Barbie. And what we do know is that she had to name this doll, and she decided to name the doll after her daughter. She had a daughter named Barbara. So, hence, when she created a doll, she decided to name it Barbie after her daughter. And lo and behold, when they decided to make a male version, the male doll, they named it Ken, which, believe it or not, she has a son named Ken. So she named the Ken doll after her son, which is quite lovely. And so, anyway, I'm going to tell you Barbie was born March 9th, 1959. And I'm going to go on and tell you where the fictional town, I don't know if it's real, but the fictional town of Barbie is Willow. But in the Barbie world, Barbie and Ken are a couple. Yeah, that's true. But yes, they are. But you got to say, it's kind of nice that the parents decided to kind of put out their tribute and name these dolls after their children.
Barbie and Ken are a couple?
Of course, Barbie and Ken are a couple, but
brother and sister couple. That means they come from a place like Chicken Creek, North Carolina, Hot Springs, Arkansas, or Morgan's Corner, Arkansas.
Mike, hold on. I know, because that's what Jesse was just saying. That's what Jesse was just saying. He was saying, but in the Barbie world, Barbie and Ken are a couple, which after I've just finished saying that the dolls were named after the children. But
they were named after.
At least in the Barbie world, yes, they can be a couple, but they're not siblings in the Barbie world.
And the father isn't a Nixon supporter.
Yeah, we won't get there. So the other thing is, Barbie in the Barbie world has parents, and the parents' names were George and Margaret Roberts. So obviously now you know that Barbie has a last name, and her last name is Roberts. Her first name is obviously Barbara Millicent Roberts. That's Barbie's proper name. Barbie is like the cute, fun name, but that's what we know. But it's Barbara Millicent Roberts. Now, when we get down to it, somehow Mr. and Mrs. Roberts not only had Barbie, they had some other children.
They had a grandfather named Oral Roberts.
Okay, Mike. My husband put in his 2 cents. I don't know where the middle name came from. I'm going to have to research that. There's got to be a reason why they decided to put the Millicent in. But I like that name actually, Millicent. Um, so we have the siblings, which are and I can't believe they made so many siblings. We have Skipper, Tootie, Todd, Stacy, Kelly, Chelsea, and Chrissy. That's a big fictional family. And Tootie and Todd are supposed to be twins. And somehow, as somebody was saying, I think it was into the 70s, because they only had Tootie for a small time and then she disappeared. And somehow Stacy and Todd are supposed to be twins. I don't get it. That's something else I'll have to research at another time. And there's a couple of extra family members, which are cousins, which are Francie and Jazzy.
Do they have any kids?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to all of that. Ruth was thinking ahead when she made up the brothers and sisters. You know what? I should look into how many children that they did have and if any of those names showed up. I'm going to look that up at some point. I'm kind of curious. You know? Maybe. Wouldn't it be funny if we found out that she had a couple more kids and some of these names were the names? Yes. Anyway, I was also saying that if you can find a Barbie number one in like not even perfect condition, you're talking mint condition at auction, could fetch at the, you got to have the right parameters happening, could fetch approximately 25,000. But the fact is that to have a Barbie number one that is in mint, in that good of a condition, to get that price is very difficult. Most of the time when I've seen Barbie number ones go at auction, it's about 5,000 to 6,000. So there were a little bit of flaws in it that I could see even from somebody watching a live auction. So it's not too bad, but the 25,000, it'll have to be with the proper auctioneer with the right promotion behind it to get that price. And I can't afford to get one. The ones that I like, well, the Barbie number one, believe it or not, back when it was first released in 1959, they were sold for about $3 a piece. Actually, and when you think of it, $3 a piece in 1959 was a lot of money to buy your child a toy. Because you got to figure minimum wage. I don't even know what minimum wage was in 1959, because I know that in the late 60s, early 70s, minimum wage was what? Wasn't even $2, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Exactly. So I'm thinking $3 in 1959. Yeah, it is that was expensive. So I don't know. This doll had to really catch on in order for people to spend the money and for parents to save that money. That's yeah, a lot. So the other thing that I also found out, we associate Barbie with a certain color, and the color that we we associate her with is pink, but there is a specific pink that is associated. And I'll try to get this right. It is called Pantone. And don't laugh when I say this. PMS 219C. That is the exact color of Barbie pink. I thought that was just a little bit interesting. Yes. I don't know. You get what I couldn't believe it. When I'm reading it, I'm going, what? PMS? Like, where did that come from? I thought that was funny. So I know, how can you forget it? Like, that is too funny. Now you'll be able to go and tell some of your other friends and family about it. PMS pink. Well, it's PMS 219C by Pantone. Oh, there goes my phone. And it's for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Hello?
So I'm going to show you a couple of dolls that I do have. This one.
Well, I'm just getting ready for a band practice.
This one is a wonderful
just going for a ride.
doll.
I went around Bayfront Parkway.
Hi, Michael. How are you? Thank you for stopping in.
Oh, well.
This one
Not very exciting.
is Uptown Chic Barbie.
Yeah.
And she looks so cool. I have, you know what's really great about this doll? She has such a short haircut. Her haircut is like real short under her hat. And I think that makes her chic. I don't collect too many of the Barbies anymore, but I think she's so cute. She is looking chic. I have a few Uptown Chic Barbies, but I don't have them all down here. Oops. Oops. I just fell that one on the ground. Sorry.
The what? Yeah. Which spots are the bad ones?
And I'm back.
Yeah.
I have another one. And this one is Winter in New York.
Yeah. Well,
Isn't it cool?
if they're that good, let's see.
Winter in New York Barbie.
I don't have to work Monday.
I somehow like the Barbies with the short hair. And she looks so cool. Love her purse in there too.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I like her little purse.
I gotta practice.
And this is one of those collector ones. This is
For my number.
Barbie and Ken doing the X-Files. We know that from the show. The X-Files. Isn't that so cute? And this one I have to keep because, again, somehow I really like the Barbie dolls with the short hair.
Oh, I know his number.
Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Another short haircut Barbie. Now, when it comes to there are a lot of Barbies that you can collect, but I try not. There's too many to actually collect a whole collection. But this one is what you call a Silkstone Barbie. This is very heavy.
Sean Price. Who is Sean Price?
Yes.
That's the who?
It is amazing.
Oh, Sean, that guy.
And so if you see, her face is like a stone, and it's more or less like the old faces, but you have to check these out. These are worth checking out when you're in a store because they call it silkstone, but it is really, really heavy. If a child was to play around with these, they wouldn't. You know how you can throw a doll around? These ones would actually break. But I loved. Oops, sorry. I love her little pencil skirt, and this one's got long hair, and she's got it tied in a ponytail with a cute little bow at the top. And but there are a lot of places that you can buy the collector ones. The Mattel, I believe, has stopped actually making them in Canada. So a lot of times the collector ones we have to get from the States. You can get numbered copies and everything else of the different Barbies. With you go to their website and you create an account and you can keep track of your dolls that you do have that you are collected. I've just slowed down unless I get a really good auction, which I've done before and gone in there and kind of clean sweep, which means I'm sorry, but nobody else can have any because I got them. So, but I've stopped doing that. You know, you end up being out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars when you do that at a big auction that has a lot of Barbies. Um, do you collect anything, Jesse? Do you like to collect anything? I collect other stuff like Pyrex.
I'm dying to try it out.
See, like.
What
Yeah, I've recently started collecting that as well. I just went to the doctor's the other day to to start my yearly physical. Actually, and I don't like to call it the yearly physical. I like to call it the every other year physical. And they made me step on that scale. I was not happy. I was so upset. You know, it's one thing when you don't know what number you weigh at. But then they have the nerve to weigh you, and the number just pops in your face.
So those, what did you do with all the horses?
Oh, you used to buy Barbie for your daughter, and but she gave them to a second cousin. Well, that was very nice. Isn't that scary about the doctor's scale? I know it. I can't believe what number I'm at. Like it came out of, like I tell some of my friends. I visited size 5.
Well, the shock will be good.
And like I said, I just visited size 5 at one point in my life. But I've now said goodbye. And it's been a while since I've said goodbye. And I guess it was the way of saying it's time to visit other sizes. Yes, that was really kind of traumatic yesterday. So I'm going to try to work on it. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. But if all I have to do is just keep myself active, which I don't always do a lot of activity. I don't always eat well. I love my potato chips. Absolutely love my potato chips. I love candy. I love to cook. And I like. Oh, my doctor always says I am fat, and if I didn't lose weight, he would put me on a medication for all that bad stuff. So I just stop going to see him. Well, he can't do anything if you're not there. But I like to cook, and you know, as we get older, it's not as easy. When we were younger, we were moving around, we were doing lots of stuff.
That's what happened with my girl.
It's just what it is. My mother said,
I couldn't get one.
"You've come into your mature body." Well, nobody told me when I was young there was something called a mature body. So, but we all have to just go with it, embrace ourselves at the stage that we're at. We just got to embrace it. And that's what we got to try to do. And you know what? People are beautiful even when they're big. I've seen many beautiful women that were plus sized. Hey, there has to be beautiful people that are plus size, because there are stores that sell clothes, and of course they have models. People don't put ugly models anywhere. And do you ever have issues trying to find clothes, nice clothes? Sometimes it's hard.
Specialized website.
Like, I found a couple of really good stores in England that make clothes for curvy women. And it's great. Their sizing is amazing. And they make some really nice clothing, and they ship all over the world. The price is not necessarily super cheap at all, but you would order it from that store. When I've done it in the past, every time I'm still shocked at the quality of the clothing that you get from that store. Always surprised. I try to buy things when they're on sale from them. And I'm going to have to do another haul from them. Probably we'll see in a couple months or so, because it does cost money to ship it here from England. Do you have any favorite stores that you shop from in the States? Are you? Oh, well, I'm just assuming you're in the States. Whereabouts are you?
Same thing as a motocross bike, except just
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
So what all is happening with you? Anything that you're up to? Do you do gardening? Oh, you're from Texas. Texas is a pretty cool place.
What day is Monday?
I've been to one of your airports in, I believe it's Houston, and that's about
Pam, we don't have to go to what do you call it? The eye doctor on Monday, do we?
No, we don't. Monday's a holiday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'll see you on Monday then.
Monday's a holiday, so it's okay. I didn't book it. Yes. That other part of getting old is making sure you get everything checked up. Got my eye appointment coming up in a couple of weeks. Got a ton of blood tests to do.
I won't be able to do anything.
I think x-rays, different things that they're going to test for.
Okay. Cool. I'll see you then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I am going to call it a day for today. I'll probably be back on Sunday at 10 a.m. and for another Sunday talk. I'd like to say goodbye and thank you for stopping in.
What is this?
Oh, yes, have a great day, and thank you for stopping in, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.